I find it utterly obnoxious. Like I said, imagine that you die and you've devoted your life to various political causes, and in the wake of the emotions left by your death or your murder, in swoops Benjamin Netanyahu to try and recapture the American right as his little pet. To say, oh, you love Charlie Kirk? Well, then do as Charlie did. He was a unyielding and passionate supporter of Israel and of the American-Israel relationship. It's despicable. And I think it's so transparent that it's unlikely to work on anybody other than people who are already ready to believe whatever Netanyahu says. But as the American right began to become more about America first, as they became more non-interventionist, as young people in particular began to turn against Israel and the war in Gaza, as all polling showed they did, Charlie, being part of this youth movement, being part of the younger generation, began openly questioning Israel in a way that was very alarming to Israel, especially after Tucker Carlson had been doing that, after Candace Owens had been doing that, after a large part of the American right, especially younger people, were starting to question the U.S.'s relationship. This has been a major, major source of alarm on the part of Netanyahu and Israel and the U.S., the Israel lobby in the U.S. And one of their main goals is to whip the American right back into line where they've always been when it comes to Israel. Earlier today, Tucker Carlson, who is one of the main reasons that a lot of the American right has started to turn against Israel, was on with Megyn Kelly. And they were talking about Charlie Kirk and specifically this kind of anti-interventionist, especially anti-war when it came to the Middle East, and questioning of Israel that he had been exhibiting over the past, at least since the beginning of the Trump administration, in a way that has been deeply worrying to Israel. Here's what they had to say.
He was one of the only people, I mean, truly one of the only people to go to the president whom he loved. He loved Donald Trump, like personally as well. And I think the president really loved him in a real way. But he's one of the only people to go to the Oval Office and say, sir, I totally understand and think Iran's really bad, but a war with Iran is not, is something that could really hurt our country. I mean, boy, that was an unpopular position. He didn't need to express it. Oh, of course. And he did it again. He didn't have some weird agenda. He wasn't mad at anybody. He was for his country and he was for doing the right and wise and difficult thing. And he said that. He went to the Oval Office to say that. He took massive, massive abuse from his own donors, which is also something that you don't see people. And he loved his donors. It wasn't a hostile thing, but they had a different view. A lot of them, not all, but a lot. And they expressed it to him in a very intense way. I know because he showed me. And he said, look, I understand your perspective. This is my perspective. And we're going to do what we think is the right thing, the wise thing.
In that way, too, he was the voice of young people. I mean, there are no young people in the country anymore supporting this war and wanting Israel to continue its bombing campaign. That's just the truth. Look at the polls.
Everything is always trying to imply to Americans that Israel and America are like this. There's no separation. We're basically part of exactly the same country, the same mission. And exploiting Charlie Kirk's death to do it in such a brazen way, I think, is extra repugnant. Now, it isn't just Netanyahu who's doing it. It's huge amounts of Israel. Here is a tweet today from Hillel Fuld, a fanatical Israeli propagandist. And here's a picture of an IDF soldier, helpfully blurred out. You wouldn't want to expose him. And he's holding a gigantic missile, which I'm sure was either sent by the United States and or paid for by the United States. These are the ones that are used to blow up all of Gaza and kill children. And he wrote in there, in memory of Charlie Kirk, and then he posed for it. Just in case you're not understanding, this is Israel's loss as well. Israel loves Charlie Kirk every bit as much as you do. And Hillel Fuld, the tweet was direct from Gaza. He'd be so proud. Do you see how they're talking for Charlie Kirk? Like, he'd be so proud to have a missile with his name on it that's going to blow up kids in Gaza? As Megyn Kelly said, he was representative of the younger wing of the conservative movement that was turning against Israel and turning against its wars. Nobody has the right to say that about Charlie Kirk. I'd be so proud to see Israel blowing up kids in my name.